Infinity Mike again, here to show you how to change the load door gasket. This gasket is 4 years old, 4 winter seasons and 3 summer seasons of burning. You can see the brown at the bottom of the door. It's overheating up there, and by all these drips, the door is not sealing well anymore. One problem I had with the drips was that the hinge mechanism over here, the way this door is adjustable in and out, these original bolts, the way they work, they were like a slip nut on the inside. Well, the nut broke off, so I sent out rod and I welded it on the inside, so now I can really tighten it up and adjust it. So you can see on the load door, I started to scrape some of the creosote that formed around the edges before I take the door off the hinges and put it on the workbench. And we'll get all this out, and I'll pull out this gasket and I'll show you how we do that. The door's too heavy for me to lift it and take off with one hand holding the camera and the other one, so hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, so now the door's on the working table here. You can see possibly how chewed up down here it is. I don't know if the light really needs more light on it, but you can see how melted the gasket is at the bottom of the door, so that's why I'm not getting a good seal and getting a lot of drips, and also the extra heat that's burning there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up here in the corner. I already started. I'm going to pop this out, and we'll start peeling this out. Take this out all the way around. And you can see it's pretty well chewed up here. But I won't bore you. It's pretty simple to pull this out. I'll pause this for now. Yeah, I would say the bottom of this gasket was pretty beat up, pretty worn out. I mean, when you get to the sides, they were a little beefier, but the bottom was definitely beat up. So now that the old gasket's out, this is what you're going to need. You can buy all this at AHS online. You have this fiberglass tape that will go in the channel. It needs to be cut 1 inch short from each corner all the way around. We're going to have to clean this whole channel out to get it clean. It's already in there. There's some old stuff in there. We got to clean all that out. After it's all cleaned out, and after we cut the fiberglass, we will put a thin bead of high temp silicone in, lay the fiberglass in, and then we will put another bead of silicone around, and then lay the gasket in, and then we'll silicone the corners. You can see the old corners have some silicone left in it, so we'll have to get that out and reapply it. So we want to get this old fiberglass tape out right here, and just keep running a scraper on it. Peel it up. Peel it out. And like I said, we're really going to have to get in here with a wire wheel and clean this all out. The rubber in the corners is still going to be a little challenge to get out. You have to use a knife and really cut it off and clean it out. So I've got this 4-inch wire wheel that fits nice right in this groove here, and I will clean all this out. Get all this. So I switched the brush over to a high-speed drill to really polish it out and clean it out as best I can, all the way around. This is the bottom where it's pretty well scorched from just the eroding of the original gasket. So now what I want to do is I want to dry fit this and cut this to length before I do anything else. This is going to be a little oversized. So I'm going to start here. I want to have the seam in the center of the hinge side. I just feel like that's better than having it over here where we're constantly active and opening. I'm sure it doesn't really matter, but that's just where I'm going to put it. All right. So we just dry fit this in all the way around. Turn it on the corners. Yeah, I gotta get a GoPro so I could shoot better videos attached to my head rather than holding this thing with one hand. All right. So. All right, you can see how much overlap there is here. So I will fit this all the way around nice and tight. The corners will never be tight because it's obviously a radius on a square corner, and that's where the silicone will get filled in here and flushed out. So we've got our 4 equal lengths of this fiberglass tape. Peels off on the back. I'm going to put a bead of the silicone in the channel all the way around and lay this in there. Alright, we've got the bead all the way around and we'll lay in the strips. Alright, just finishing up with the popping this in here. You just hit a little screwdriver in there, get it tight into the glue, into the silicone, and that's good to go. Now I want to put another bead all around the top of that to secure the gasket. Alright, now the gasket's in. It's got the silicone on the bottom of it. You really want to press this in tight all the way around. And what you want to do is when you come to the joint over here, you put a bead around the joint and then slip it in. And then I'm going to smooth it out with a flat edge tool. All right, and then I got to fill these corners in and smooth them out flat also, and then you wait about 2 days for it to really cure properly before you reinstall it and light a fire. All right, well, the corners are filled in, the gasket's in set, all in place now, and I think we'll be good to go. Seam is nice and tight. And that is the final product.